for the Southwood Lady Knights. At guard, 5'5" junior number 10, McKenna Dodd. Another junior guard, 5'3", number 13, Taylor Heath. A 5'7" junior guard, number 21, Ashley Parsons. 5'10" junior forward, number 24, Cassidy Atwood. 5'8" junior guard, number 25, Brooke Elliott. The Lady Knights are coached by Dallas Junior. And now, your starting lineup for your Rochester Lady Zebras. A 5'3" senior, number 10, Alexa Holland. 5'5" senior, number 12, Keegan Stasiak. Another 5'5" senior, number 20, Becky Melrose. 5'6" senior guard, number 30, Allie Larson. And a 6'2" sophomore, number 44, Kennedy Musselman. The Lady Zebras are coached by Tony Stasiak. For assistants for this evening, Brian Wild, Mark McKinnon, and Bruce Panowski.
Rochester controls the tip. Stasiak gives to Larkin. Larkin high on the right side of Malco. Lob pass inside to Musselman. Her layup is good. Kennedy off the glass. That's the first two of the game. And Rochester up 2-0.
Good look from Malco to get down low over the top of the defense.
15 seconds gone. Rochester up 2-0. Atwood to the basketball. Swings left side to Heath. Her jumper is good from three-point land. She's not very tall, but if you give her an opportunity to knock it down, she's going to.
Got to get in her face. Test those three-pointers.
Stasiak and Lane out to Larkin through her hands. Picks up a loose basketball on the left wing. Dribbles top of the key to Malco. Back to Larkin left side. Now in the corner to X. Back to Larkin left side. Drives it to the top of the key. Cut off of the defense. Now to Holland. X studies. Looks down lower for Stasiak. Good defense by Southwood. Looks like a 2-3 zone for Southwood. Larkin almost has her pass stolen. Holland has it now. Now Larkin. Right baseline three. Off the mark. No good. Holland has it on the weak side rebound. Holland dribbles away from trouble. Now in the left wing behind the arc. Now in the paint. Has the pocket pick. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up. Southwood's going to get it back on the Rochester turnover.
Well, Coach Stasiak said in the pregame he wanted them to run through all their looks, have everybody touch the basketball if possible before he wants them to make a move to the basket.
So a minute gone in the first quarter. Southwood leads 3-2. Heath with the basketball. Gives him the corner to Atwood. Atwood against Musselman in a man-to-man defense. Now outside to Elliott. Elliott to Parsons. Parsons the basketball. Gives to Dawes. Dawes dribbles away from trouble. Now to Heath, top of the key to outside right. Southwood sets up shop again. Now in the center circle. Works high on the right side to Parsons. Parsons lob pass down low to Heath. Heath almost has her pocket picked by Holland, but gets it back to Parsons. She'll fire a three right wing. It's good again.
There's two wide open looks from the three-point line, and Southwood knocks them both down.
6-2 Southwood. Malco outside to Larkin. Lob pass inside to Stasiak, and Southwood knocks the basketball to bounds. It'll stay with Rochester baseline left.
I don't think Southwood is going to be the least bit concerned about the pace of this ball game.
Yeah.
I think a slow game, a slow pace would suit them just fine as well.
The pass is forcing to Stasiak. Southwood and Elliott knocked it out of bounds. Into the band, it'll stay with Rochester baseline right. 6-2 Southwood, 6:13 to play in the first quarter. Holland will look to trigger it in baseline right. Saw two or three of these guys, maybe all three of them last night at Plymouth. Officials, I mean.
Yeah.
Holland lobs it into Stasiak. High on the right side, back to Holland. Wide open three, right wing, good! She's 7 away. And it's 6-5 Southwood. Southwood breaks the press. Quickly to Atwood. Her jumper over Musselman is in and out. No good. Holland with the rebound. And she's going to be fouled by Heath, who came over the mat.
That'll be her first, team first.
Under 6 to play the first quarter. 6-5 Southwood. Rochester the basketball going to our left. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. We're going to talk to Bethany Sewell at halftime and Rochester wrestling coach Clint Glard at halftime as well.
All right, great.
Big tourney coming up tomorrow. Jordan Schaefer Memorial tournament here. Malco with it. Gets the pick from Musselman. Drives it right. Kicks it out to Holland on the right wing. X between the rings now. Southwood into 2-3 zone. Now to the volleyball line. Switches directions now to her left. Steps back. Gets another pick from Keaton Stasiak. Works to the left corner. Now in the ring. Got to get rid of it. And kicks it out near the timeline to Malco. 5.5 to play in the first quarter. Malco between the rings of the volleyball line. Sets up shop. Malco drives it to right. High on the right side. Now cross court passes. Holland high on the left side. X in the corner to Stasiak. Keaton with the basketball. Back to Holland. Holland drives it to the free throw line. Kicks it out to Malco in the corner to Larkin. Alley, a couple of dribbles to the wing. Now to Malco, who drives it left at the free throw line. Jump stop. Loses the handle. Picked up by Southwood. Turnover to the Knights. And Heath ahead to Elliott. Elliott cut off on the baseline. Gives the lane to Dawes. Her shot on the way is good. And it's 8-5 Southwood with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. And now Coach Stasiak with a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. .4:58 to play in the first quarter. Southwood up 8-5, and they've been up basically this entire quarter so far.
Led the entire game.
Yep. Holland, right side. Kennedy stands wide open underneath.
By opposite block, that's a tough pass to make.
Stasiak goes up for the tough shot. It's no good, but she's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
So Elliott will pick up her first, team second.
Keaton at the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras, who trail by 3 with 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Keaton with her first free throw. Highs it, flies it. Just barely draws rim, she'll have one more. We're live tonight on RTC4.
Count 4?
Yep. Right.
Huh? Yeah.
Maddie Shively will come in if Keaton hits this free throw. Keaton's second on the way. Looks better this time. And it rims out.
The way around
and the rebound is to Elliott for Southwood, and she rips and runs. Elliott through the center circle. Works to the left wing. Now in the corner to Dawes. Dawes stands for Southwood at the basketball on the left side. Down top key to Heath. Heath high on the left side to Parsons. She drives it right at the elbow and runs over Stasiak. No call either way. Over the top of the defense to Heath to a wide open Atwood. Back to Heath on the left wing behind the arc. Down low to Elliott, and she's going to be fouled on the reach in by Malco. It'll be out of bounds for Southwood with 4:20 to play in the first quarter.
Malco reaching up and over the shoulder to try and knock that away, and he called for the foul. Yeah, you know, had Dawes extended that elbow when she ran into Stasiak, she probably would have gotten called for the foul, but yeah, she did a good job of keeping her elbows in tight and the incidental contact.
Maddie Shively comes in and Keaton Stasiak sits down. Heath looks to get it in around the defense. Gives down low to Dawes. Dawes with the basketball, dribbles to the elbow left. The ball deflected, but picked up by Southwood right in front of the Rochester bench, and Heath dribbles to the middle of the floor. Between the rings of the volleyball line, now backs it out to the circle. High on the right side to Dawes. Now right side to Atwood. Works down low to Elliott. Elliott over Malco. No good. Offensive rebound. She loses the handle to Dawes. Picked up by Holland. X runs. Needs 7 points to break 1,000. X to the center circle for Rochester. Works left wing to Malco. Becky looks down low to Musselman. Good defense by Atwood. Now to Holland. Step back behind the three-point line to Malco. Lob pass to Musselman against the double team. Loses it off her hip of... Actually, off the hip of Elliott out of bounds. And Keaton Stasiak comes back in, and Musselman will sit down. 8-5 Southwood. 3:45 to play in the first quarter.
Brooke Elliott for Southwood averaging over 15 points a game. She has yet to score for the Lady Knights.
Lob pass inside to Malco to Larkin. Her three in and out, no good. Scramble for it. Southwood picks it up. Now quickly to Elliott. Elliott runs. Cross-court pass to Parsons. Parsons floater from 10 feet is no good, but a defensive foul coming on Rochester, and that's going to send Parsons to the line to shoot two. Well, that's what Coach Stasiak said in the pregame. If you give them an opportunity, Southwood will shoot a ton of free throws.
Yeah, they are not hesitant about taking the ball to the basket.
Rebound by Parsons is no good. She'll have one more. 8-5 Southwood, 3:34 to play in the first quarter. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. One more coming for the junior, Ashley Parson, and she hits this one to make it 9-5. Again, Southwood has a game under their belt in the TRC. Rochester's first TRC game was rescheduled to December 22nd against Mechanical. Malcolm in the lane, down low to Stasiak. Layup is good.
Every shot the Lady Zebras take, it's as if they're struggling a little bit. The ball bounces around a lot.
Ball loose on the floor. Stasiak picks it up, gives to Holland. X runs, middle of the floor for Rochester. X loses the handle, down low to Shiley, picks up the ball, and before the pass, she's going to be called for a travel as she was tripped inadvertently by Southwood, and the Knights get it back.
Lady Zebras now with 3 turnovers in the ball game.
Elliott with the basketball, 3:10 to play in the first quarter, Southwood by 2. Here comes the half-court trap, Bradley.
Well,
Dawes around the defense, and Shiley forced her to the sideline and out of bounds.
I'm going to say, usually good things happen when Lady Zebras go into that half-court trap.
3 minutes to play. First quarter, 9-7. Rochester trails here at Rochester High School. Larkin high on the right side for Rochester, middle of the floor to Malco. Becky goes to her left, now back to her right, down low to Stasiak. Keaton, jumper in the lane, no good, but a foul coming on the Southwood Knights. Stasiak will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Well, coming against Atwood, her first team third.
Rochester gets by the top 2 in that 2-3 zone for Southwood. Everybody converges on the ball, and it leaves the post wide open.
You're right, yep.
Stasiak's first one's good.
Well, anytime Malco can penetrate into the lane, I mean, she's so good at rising up and dropping in that little short bank shot off the front of the rim that it'll pull the defense towards her.
Stasiak gets 2, and we're tied at 9 with 2:50 to play in the first quarter. Dawes just about loses the handle. Now gets it to Elliott. Cross lane pass to Atwood. Layup is good. 11-9 Southwood. Sometimes his blind passes work, huh? Holland high on the right side. Now top to Malco.
The right place at the right time.
Crossover dribble, works to the elbow. Now to Larkin, who gives out to Holland. X with the basketball against the double team. She backs it out and resets for Rochester to the volleyball line between the circles. Holland works it to the right side. Step back behind the three-point line. I thought she's going to launch it, but she passes it up. Now hands back off to Larkin. 2:15 to play in the first quarter. Southwood by 2. Larkin drives it right. Gives to a wide-open Holland. 3, right side, in and out, no good. And the rebound fought for. Elliott comes out of there for Southwood with the basketball and runs. Elliott to Dawes. Cross-lane pass to Parson. Layup is good again. Coach Stasiak looks at the bench and wondering who are we going to put in now.
And that's just coaching. Southwood doing a great job of breaking that press.
And the entry pass is knocked out of bounds by Atwood. It'll stay with Rochester as Karina Peterson comes into the game for for Rochester. And Maddie Shively sits down and she gets an earful from Coach Stasiak. 1:49 to play in the first quarter. 13-9 Southwood. Rochester the basketball going to our left. Holland lobs it in to Malco in the center circle. Malco, no look pass to Holland. Another 3, right baseline shot, in and out, no good. And the rebound is tipped out of bounds by Southwood as Atwood and Elliott kind of fight over it.
Right.
And it will stay with Rochester. I tell you what, the shots that X is taking, great shot.
They're wide open.
Yep.
Just not knocking them down. And Rochester doesn't have anybody in the game right now that can rebound.
Holland lobs it in the corner to Malco. Becky around the defense. Down the left wing, out to Larkin. Swings right side to X. X behind the three-point line. Dribbles to her left a little bit. Wrap around pass to Larkin left side. Allie will fire a 3. It's off the mark, no good. And the rebound is saved from going out of bounds by Malco to Stasiak. And Keaton's pass is knocked out of bounds by Atwood down low. It'll stay with Rochester again underneath their own bucket. 1:25 to play in the first quarter. Rochester down by 4. Holland looks to get it in. Does so to Malco. She lobs it in to the volleyball line. Malco drives right in the lane. Taken away by Dawes and Southwood. Dawes now gives to Elliott. Elliott pushes right side of the floor, going to our right. Dribbles all the way to the blocks. Outside to Peter Parson for the long 3. No good. Offensive rebound to Dawes. Dawes for Southwood. Outside to Heath. She'll fire another long 3. It's short. And the rebound to Stasiak. Keaton rips and runs for Rochester. A minute to play first quarter. Lady Zebras down by 4. Stasiak outside to Malco. 3 on the way. It's off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound to Heath for Southwood. 50 seconds to play first quarter. Heath runs. Middle of the floor for Southwood. Right side to Dawes. Bounce pass to Heath. Back to Dawes in the right wing. Dawes against the double team. Dribbles away from that. Heath has the basketball. Picks her way through the traffic. Where it ends up on the left side of the floor. Backs it out high on the left side to Elliott. Boy, Parson is wide open on the right block.
Somebody's out of position.
3 on the way for Southwood. No good by Elliott. And the rebound to Larkin. 30 seconds to play first quarter. Left side to X. Holland holds with 25. Directs traffic on the left wing. Now sends high on the right side to Malco with 20. Becky holds with 19. Malco at the volleyball line. Holds with 15. Now dribbles with 13. Becky Malco dribbles with 12. High on the right side for the Lady Zebras. First quarter coming to an end. Rochester down by 4 with 7. Malco out to Holland with 5. Wide open 3, top of the key. It's off the back of the iron. No good. Defensive rebound to Elliott with 1, and that'll do it. First quarter comes to an end. Southwood leads Rochester 13-9. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Going to the second quarter, the Southwood Lady Knights, who basically built this lead by doing what Rochester does, transition buckets.
Yeah, and defense. Great defense. I mean, they're doing to Rochester what Rochester's been doing to other people all year long. They're playing great defense. They're pressuring the basketball out front, and they're packing the paint down low. They're rebounding, and then they're beating us down the floor, like you said, in the transition. Right now, it really just comes down to Southwood wants this game more than we do right now. We're focused on something else, not the ball game.
X, by the way, that focus is 7 points away from 1,000. 13-9 Southwood. Rochester starts the second quarter of the basketball in the corner to Malco. Down there to Shiley. Layup from the left side is good. Maddie Shiley has 2 points, and the lead is cut to 2. Heath runs for Southwood. High on the left side. Backs it out to the timeline. Sets up shot for Southwood. Now to Dawes, works right side to Parson. Parson with a big first quarter. Now to Elliott, makes that to Atwood. Now Parson around the defense, loses the handle, picked up by Shively. Shively gives the head to Stasiak, and the trailer Dawes knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Rochester baseline left. And Coach Stasiak saying, not great. That's a great idea. We need to look sooner.
Right. Yep. The effort was right, just not quick enough.
Holland looks to get it in. Does so to Shively. Shively bounce past baseline to Holland. X behind the left wing. Between her legs dribble. Now works to the top of the key. High on the right side to Malco. Kennedy being double teamed in the right block.
Well, with her back in the game, I've noticed that zone has slid back down into the paint a little bit deeper, which is leaving the three-point circle open.
Malco left wing behind the arc.
But
in the middle of the floor.
They may have, as we did, hear Coach Stasiak say, no more threes.
Holland at the free throw line. Step back, no good. The rebound to Musselman, and she is tied up with Elliott. And that's going to go to Southwood. Well, you know what? I like the look on Kennedy's face. She's being pushed around down there. She's being handled by a 5'8" girl. Well, and hopefully this is going to fire her up a little bit. Now she's going to create some space.
If she doesn't, lose her focus.
Did I see a little kick there?
You're seeing a little kick. You see a little bit of an elbow push now and then, which she's going to get called for one of those. They'll let it go maybe the first or second time.
Parson has her pass taken away by Malco, and then we're going to have a foul on the reach-in by Atwood with 6:45 to play in the first half. Southwood leading 13-11.
Yeah, that's the one thing when you're, one of the biggest players on the floor. You can't let the little things get in your head.
6:45 to play, first half. Southwood up 13-11. Rochester the basketball going to our left. Holland walks it through the center circle. Now looks like a man-to-man defense, doesn't it? Stasiak looking on the left wing. Cross lane pass to Shively. Her jumper off the lane, or off the glass is no good. Kennedy grabs the board, kicks it out to Stasiak. Top to Holland, fakes the three. drives, kicks it out behind the three to Malco, high on the right side. Becky with the basketball. Now Southwood back in that 2-3 zone. Holland with the basketball against Dawes. Backs it out. Drives it right. Now left in the paint. Outside against the defense. Now kicks it out high on the right side to Malco. 6 minutes to play first half. Southwood by 2. Malco drives it left. Layup off the glass. Too hard. Musselman the rebound. Kennedy's put back on the glass. Is good and we're tied at 13.
And right there is what Musselman needs to be doing all the time when she's in this ball game, because she's got, like you said before, about a 6-inch height advantage over everybody else.
Heath to Atwood, back to Dawes. Dawes on the right wing for Southwood. Dribbles away from Malco. Bounce pass on the far side to Heath. Over the top of the defense to Parsons. She has it right. Dribbles around Shively on the baseline. Jump pass is outside to Elliott. Her jumper no good. Musselman with another rebound. Kennedy clears to Malco and Becky runs. 13-13. Rochester's last lead came at 2-0. Shively's pass is taken away down low by Atwood and given to Dawes. 13-13, 5:20 to play in the first quarter. And now we're going to have a Southwood timeout. It will be a 60. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, the Rochester Women's team participating in the Pulver Relay. The boys tied for first with Pulver. That's their best position ever at Pulver Relay, while the girls became the 3 times defending champions. Congratulations to the boys and girls swim team for Rochester High.
5 minutes, 18 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester and Southwood tied at 13 here at Rochester High School. And like we said right before we went to that break, Brad, the last lead Rochester had in this game was 2-0.
2-0, yeah, and they're frankly lucky to be tied right now.
I would agree with that.
They really look disheveled playing offensively tonight. And defense, I'll tell you what, Southwood's really been doing a great job of controlling the basketball, making cuts, looking for the open person down low. And most of the times out not, they've been able to find them.
So Southwood, after their timeout, will have the basketball going to our right. Dawes quickly to Parsons. 3 left wing. No good. And the rebound. Good block out by Malco. Becky rips and runs. Malco, left side of the floor. Dribbles to the block. Cut off outside to Stasiak. Top to Holland. 5 minutes to play first half. Rochester looking for their first lead in a long time. Malco left wing. Down the corner to Holland. Back to Malco. Swings it high on the right side to Larkin.
It's a 2-3 zone by Southwood. Those posts are packing down low on the post, but doing at the same time, they're doing a great job out front.
Stasiak muscles the shot off the glass, and Lady Zebra's up now 15-13. Nice injury pass by Allie Larkin. Dawes against the trap, trying to dribble away from it. Dribble to the left side. Good pick by Heath. Now left side to Parsons. 18-footer off the back of the rim. No good. Offensive rebound. It's swiped out of bounds. We're going to say now last touch by Elliott. Somehow Holland got Elliott to touch that last, and we'll go back to Rochester.
Well, I was just going to say, I think the most active person on the Rochester defense right now has been Coach Stasiak.
Good call. 4:25 to play in the first half. Rochester up 15-13. Stasiak at the free throw line. Kicks it to Holland. 3 left baseline. Good! X is 4 away. That's her 6th point of the game. 18-13. Rochester's biggest lead of the night of 5 comes right now with 4:10 to play in the first half. Here comes the half-court trap. Dawes is going to be called for a carry, and it's going to go back to Rochester. You hit it on the head. When Kennedy's in, they switch defenses and pack it in, which leaves that 3-point range wide open.
They try to put pressure on the ball, but everybody else packs down low.
Malco lobs it into Musselman, loses her footing, loses the handle.
And that's what happens when you try to go over the top and you don't make a perfect pass.
Heath at the free throw line is going to be fouled by Musselman. Come on. We're smarter than that, for crying out loud.
It'll be her first, team third.
That's what he's going to say to Kennedy. Just get back and play defense. Emma Dahlquist. Good to see Emma Dahlquist in. A 6-foot sophomore comes into the game, and Kennedy will sit down.
This is her first varsity action this season.
I agree.
Nursing an injury since volleyball.
Well, Southwood has it. Elliott gets the inbound pass and goes right around Malco and puts it in. And it's 18-15.
That's the last thing Rochester's going to afford to have happen is Elliott to get heated up.
She is their leading scorer.
She's averaging over 15 points a game. That was her first bucket.
3:35 to play in the first half. Rochester by 3. Larkin Outside left, now at the elbow left to Stasiak. Out to Malco, swings right side to Holland. X, down low to Stasiak. Keaton in the paint, throws up a shot, it's good!
Stasiak, another 2 points for her in this quarter. She's really been carrying the weight for Rochester offensively.
Zebras back by 5. Heath, outside left to White, who's newly in the basketball game, and she loses it off the foot of Holland. It'll stay with Southwood on the far side. 3:11 to play in the first half. Rochester up 20-15. And it's Southwood basketball on the far side. Elliott gets it into Dawes. Dawes for the Southwood Knights. Dribbles high on the right side to Heath. Heath around the double team. Almost has her pocket picked. Regains the dribble. Now to White. Throws up a prayer. It's off the back of the rim and in. Another set shot by Southwood, and that one goes. And a 3-point lead now for Rochester. Malco. Holland. Now to Larkin. Allie sets up shot between the rings of the volleyball line. Gets the pick, goes right. Gives to Holland, back to Larkin. Larkin around the defense. Left wing pass to Malco. Becky in the paint. Stops. Rises up. Stops. The glass is good.
That's the move that Malco needs to make more and more as this game goes on, because if she continues to do that, and it's there.
It is there.
Those post players will be open as the defense collapses to stop her.
Parson almost throws it out of bounds. Now does. Nice job by Emma Dahlquist, who came over and applied a bunch of pressure that forced that high pass to the far side of the floor. 3:20 to play in the first half. Rochester up 22-17, their biggest lead of the night. Malco to Larkin. Larkin on the right wing to Malco. Feeds down low to Stasiak. Keaton throws up a tough shot. No call, a lot of contact. And White with the rebound for Southwood. Now to Elliott. Elliott pushes for the Lady Knights. And she loses the handle. Now to Malco. And then Malco's fouled by White, who was going the other way. Elliott gets up slow. 2:01 to play in the first half. 22-17. Rochester the lead. And the ball will go back to the Lady Zebras on the foul by Southwood. Malco will walk it up the floor. She'll cross the center circle, sets up shop. Now works to the left wing. Middle of the floor to Larkin. Allie back to Malco. Has her pass picked off by Parson. Parson for Southwood will go up for the right-handed layup. It's no good. Allie Larkin to the rebound. And now Larkin is going to be fouled on the reach-in by either White or Parson. And one more foul. Rochester will shoot free throws.
That's Parson's first, team 6. That's where Rochester gets in trouble. They just get in a habit of throwing that pass back and forth across the top of the three-point lane there, and that time Southwood stepped in the passing lane.
100 seconds to play in the first half. Again, Larkin just about turned it over again. Yep. And the entry pass down low to Malco is knocked out of bounds by Southwood. It'll stay with the Lady Zebras.
Yeah, you can't just turn and throw that back across there. Southwood's ready for that pass to come back.
Holland will look to trigger it in. X slaps the basketball, gets it into Larkin. Larkin works to the wing. Wide open on the wing. Now to Malco. She's in the paint now. Down low to Stasiak. Tipped it out of bounds to Southwood. Rochester will try it again with 1:25 to play in the first half. Kennedy will come back in for Rochester. And she'll replace Dahlquist, I'm guessing. Yeah. Kennedy has, 4 and probably about 6 rebounds.
Right.
I'm guessing.
Right.
Holland, bounce pass to Larkin. Allie on the wing, out to Malco, swings left side to Holland. 3 left wing, no good. And the rebound to the defense. Heath with the board, rips and runs, and 1:15 to play in the first half. High on the right side to Dawes, looking in the corner to Parsons. Down low to Elliott. Elliott around Musselman, and Kennedy's going to be fouled again. Or actually, she's going to commit a foul again because she's too slow down there to keep up with Elliott. And that's going to send Elliott to the line to shoot 2 for Southwood.
That time she just got caught chasing the basketball instead of moving to the position that they were going to.
Well, let her go around you. You still got 6 inches on her. Just block it from behind.
Yeah.
Free throw's no good by Elliott. So I have one more. So Shiley comes back in.
Like I told you,
Musselman comes out.
Like I told you before, the basket doesn't move. It's always in the same place. And that's the place they're going to. So all you got to do is cut off the path that they're going to take to get there. You don't have to follow them down the lane.
Second one, no good. And Southwood just about got that offensive rebound, but ran out of court. And they'll go back to Rochester, and Karina Peterson will come back in for the Lady Zebras.
Yeah, definitely not smooth for the Lady Zebras tonight.
A minute 5 to play in the first half. Rochester by 5 at 22-17. And probably Rochester might look, Brad, for the last shot of the half.
I would hope, yeah.
Alexa Holland has 6 points. She's 4 points away from 1,000. We're down to 50 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester by 5 at 22-17.
And quite frankly, in my opinion, they're lucky to be ahead right now.
I would say, I would probably agree with that. Malco holds. Southwood stays in that 2-3 zone. Malco holds just outside the center circle with 36. Becky still holds with 30. Nothing going on for Southwood defensively. They're going to let them run the clock and look for the final shot of the half. Rochester up 22-17.
They've got to feel pretty good about just being down 5. Quite frankly, they've played the better half of the ball game right now.
Yep, I agree. 18 seconds. Becky still holding just outside the center circle right. Becky holds with 13 seconds. Now dribbles. Now moves with 10. High on the right side with 8. Dribbles to the right side with 6. Hands off to Holland with 4. X drives. Turned over. Elliott, half quarter at the buzzer on the way. No good. At halftime, Rochester leads 22-17. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Going to the third quarter here at Rochester High School. The Lady Zebras will start with the basketball now going to our right. The original 5 on the floor for Rochester. Stasiak, Malco, Musselman, Holland, and Allie Larkin. X had 6 points in that first half, and she is 4 points away from breaking it here at Rochester High School, the 1,000-point mark, I should say.
It'll be the 6th girl in Rochester history to do so as they turn it over.
Yeah, that would have been over my head.
That would have been over Kennedy's head, yeah.
So Rochester gives it back in the first possession to Southwood. Rochester only up by 5 here as we start the third quarter. Transition buckets for the Southwood Lady Knights. The difference in the first half as Dawes switches off, goes around Holland and puts it in for a left-handed layup.
Well, that seems pretty easy right there. Dawes just simply drove to the basket. She held Holland off, put it in.
Larkin with the basketball. Millville for the Rochester Lady Zebras. Left wing. Not a Holland. The pass is knocked out of bounds by Parson, and Southwood just sitting on Holland right now.
And I don't know, I don't know. This is a different ball team than I've seen play the first 7 games of the season.
I agree. Larkin around the defense, now to X.
Sometimes I wonder whether they even see those red jerseys on the basketball court.
Larkin lobs it into Musselman. Kennedy, nice hand, kicks it out to Malco. 18-footer left wing off the back of the iron, no good. And the rebound fought for, and Atwood comes out of there with it for the night. Now to Elliott, pushes, lob pass to Heath. Her jumper is no good. Offensive rebound to Atwood, just behind the arc. Her free throw shot is no good, and we're going to have a foul coming on Allie Larkin. I'm not sure how that happened. The foul is going to be against Allie Larkin, who had position on Dawes.
I think she started to block out, and Dawes lost her footing, and Larkin fell on top of her, and she's going to get called for the foul.
Heath will look to get it in baseline right for Southwood. Heath looking, lobs it over the defense to Atwood. Rochester in a man-to-man defense, high on the right side to Parson. Crossover dribble, takes Stasiak to the basket, and the cross-lane pass is out of bounds. It'll go back to Rochester with 1:10 gone here in the third quarter. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman here at Rochester High School, and live on RTC Channel 4.
Hopefully not picture-in-picture.
You mean of us?
Of us, yeah.
My goodness, me too. Stasiak, her pass is, almost stolen. Probably should have been by Parson. Yeah. She loses it out of bounds, and
I'll tell you
we are just out of sync.
Right, and Southwood, give them credit. They're playing really great defense and really making it difficult for Rochester.
Malco rises up in the lane, shot too hard. Rebound tipped around. Stasiak comes out of there with it. Musselman and Malco kept it alive. Holland kicks it out to Stasiak. Keaton, leaner, is partially blocked out of bounds by Southwood. It'll stay with the Rochester Lady Zebras. And I tell you what, these officials letting them play, and Southwood holding their ground.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a good job defensively and attacking offensively.
X lobs it in to Larkin. Back to Holland left wing. Top of the key to Larkin. 3 in the way, straight away for Rochester's good.
And Allie Larkin gets her first points of the ball game with a deep three-pointer.
Well, somebody needed to hit a shot to loosen up reins on X.
Well, and quite frankly, if the other 4 girls on the floor would just play basketball and not worry about it, X would get her points.
Yeah, I agree. Holland almost steals the basketball. Atwood gets it back. Now to Dawes. Over the top of the defense to Parsons. Swings right side to Heath. Heath against the double team. Runs around and goes left. As you hear Coach Stasiak said, do not let her go left. She loses the handle off the hands of Becky Malcolm out of bounds. And Maddie Shively will come back into the game. And Shively will replace Alexa Holland. This is interesting. Now what happens?
Well, keep playing defense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason Holland got brought out. But Coach Stasiak didn't like her defense.
Baseline left is Heath. Heath will look to get it around, in around Shively. Does so to Parson and loses it through her hands and out of bounds. A break for Rochester as they lead 25-19 with just under 6 minutes to play in the third quarter. Malco jogs it through the center circle. Crosses into the lane, out to Stasiak for 3, short. Keaton grabs the board, down low to Musselman. Her jumper off the window is way too hard. She gets her own rebound, and outside of Larkin. Larkin for 3, straight away is no good. The ball is going to be grabbed by Elliott, and she rips and runs. Elliott for Southwood, down the floor. Cross lane pass to Dawes. Her layup is no good. Larkin to the rebound. Allie with the board. She pushes for Rochester through the center circle. Right side to Malco. Becky back to Larkin, top of the key. Larkin drives it right to the elbow. Now to Malco in the paint. Her jumper off the glass is good. How she got that to go without traveling is beyond me. And now we're going to have we'll stop the play because somebody hit the ball out of the net maybe and
knocked it over in the corner.
Rochester by 8 at 27-19.
Well, Southwood had what they wanted. They got the back trailer coming down the court on the opposite side with a wide open layup. Dawes just couldn't get the ball in.
Dawes drives it left against Atwood. Lob pass inside to Elliott. Her jumper no good. Stasiak with the rebound. Keaton rips and runs to the center circle. 4:45 to play in the third quarter. Brenda Peterson will come into the next opportunity for Rochester. Malco kicks it out to Larkin. Larkin steps back behind the three-point line, straight away, top of the key. Now right side to Stasiak. Keaton looking inside to Musselman. Can't find her. Wrap around pass to Malco, top of the key at the volleyball line. Fakes the 3. Now to Stasiak on the right wing. Left wing pass to Malco. 3 for the Lady Zebras. Good again! 30-19. Rochester needed that to loosen things up a little bit. 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Elliott around the defense. She travels.
Some other scores around the area in girls basketball. Tippecanoe Valley leads Wabash 30-13. Lewis Cass leads Peru 39-12.
Southwood uses a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Back at Rochester High School, after the Southwood timeout, the Lady Zebras are up at 30-19 with 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Yes, it's double digits, but it has not been pretty getting there.
Yeah, it's been a struggle. And give Southwood the credit. I mean, they've done a great job defensively and doing the little things, rebounding and playing great defense.
X is back in. Kennedy is out. Larkin to the basketball. Works to the right wing. Down the right corner behind the three-point line. Kicks it out to Holland on the right wing. X thought about a 3 and passes it up over the top of the defense to Malco. Becky, she's down low to Peterson. And it's stolen by Elliott. Elliott pushes for Southwood, middle of the floor. Elliott goes coast to coast, throws up a tough shot off the side of the backboard, rebound to Stasiak. Keaton rips and runs for Rochester. 3:43 to play in the first half, third
Might be
quarter.
a saving grace for Rochester right now is Elliott, the Southwood's leading scorer, over 15 points a game, only has 2.
Yeah. Holland loses the basketball, or throws the basketball to her left. The no-look pass is tipped out of bounds by Parsons. That's about the 3rd or 4th time she's jumped that pass.
Right, and give Southwood all the credit because the way they're playing defense, they're spreading Rochester out on the offensive side of the floor, creating those long passing lanes.
Here comes the half-court trap, and Rochester forces a turnover. Ahead to X, and Becky Malco just throws it out of bounds, and she had a wide open layup. Everybody in the house is like, ooh. 3:23 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 30-19. Rochester's next basketball action next Saturday at Wabash, another TRC showdown.
At halftime, Tippecanoe Valley's leading at Wabash 30-13.
Parson, 3 from the corner, rattles in. Rochester's lead down to 8 at 30-22 with 3:05 to play in the third. Malco, wraparound pass to Holland, 3 left wing, it's good! She's got 9, she needs 1. 33-22.
And I say, more importantly, it puts Rochester back up by double digits.
Stasiak then knocks the pass out of bounds. It'll stay with Southwood right in front of their own bench.
Maybe we'll see the old team return once Holland
right on.
2 more points.
Elliott will look to get it in. Does so to Heath. Heath against the double team. Over the top of the defense to Dawes. Dawes drives it right for Southwood against the double team of her own. Picks through the center circle. Down low to a wide open Parson, who probably should have pulled up from 10 feet. And that was actually Elliott who threw it out of bounds and go back to Rochester.
Dawes did a great job of getting it down low to the wide open Elliott. Elliott tried to make it even closer pass to the basket and threw it out of bounds.
X to Malco, around to X in the left wing. Holland behind her back dribbles, behind the three-point line, now middle of the floor. Works right side, gives them the corner to Larkin. 3 for the Lady Sabres, good again!
Allie Larkin, another three-pointer, her second one in this quarter.
Rochester now by 14 at 36-22. Heath yet to cross the timeline for Southwood, finally does to her left, goes through the center circle, now hands off to Elliott. Her 3, no good. Offensive rebound to Atwood, blocked by Larkin, and now Stasiak has it. Keaton runs for Rochester, up by 14 through the center circle. Stasiak outside to X. X with the basketball. Everybody on the edge of their seat waiting for this one to fly. Holland gets the pick. 3 in the way. Top of the key is good! And that'll do it. That'll do it. There's 1,000 points for Alexa Holland.
1,002 to be exact.
We'll stop the game. Everybody on their feet. Well, everybody except for the folks wearing red. They're on their feet. Everybody giving Alexa Holland a standing ovation. The third Rochester Lady Zebra in the 21st century to break 1,000 points in her high school career. Now, what will that do? Now, have we calmed down enough just to slam the door on this?
Well, I would hope so. Hopefully that's a giant relief. Let's get that out of the way, and everybody can just relax and play basketball now.
X has the game ball, and she'll walk it over to Dad, who's making his way down from the top of the bleachers. She flips it to him underhanded, and she's like, okay, I'll give you a hug, but we got to go. We got to go.
That's her 4th three-pointer of this ball game, gets her 12 points.
Yeah.
1,002 for her career.
That one hit the front of the rim.
The backboard.
Yeah, hit the backboard, bounced up real high, and then fell through.
She joins class of 76 Indiana All-Star Shelby Newell. Class of 1995 Indiana All-Star Sheila McMillan. Andrea Millage from the class of 2000. Jill Baer from the class of 2001. And class of 2004 Indiana All-Star and state champion Courtney Felton. In addition to being a standout 3-sport athlete who plays softball collegiately at Division I Ohio University, elected as a top 10 student in the class of 2016. We are very proud of Alexa. Grateful to have students of her caliber in our school and in our athletic program.
Reading the accomplishments and the nice little crowd that she joins by hitting 1,000 points.
Yeah, it's an elite crowd.
An elite,
Indiana State All-Stars and state champions.
Coach Dugan comes out and shakes the hand of Alexa Holland, and I know she's standing over there thinking, okay, all right, that's enough. Let's go. Let's go.
Hopefully we'll see a little calmer, more relaxed basketball game.
Rochester now in a full court press, and they force a turnover. Stasiak around the defense to Holland.
That's the 15th turnover now for Southwood.
Holland top of the key, steps back, gets a pick from Peterson. Left wing, drives it, kicks it in the corner to Malco. Malco back to Holland. 3 left wing for the Lady Zebras is short. And the rebound to Elliott. Elliott runs for Southwood. Elliott, cross lane pass to Peterson. She's fouled on the shot by Malco. Peterson, or make that Parson, I beg your pardon, will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Southwood Lady Knights.
Malco will pick up first, second. Team first of the half.
So going to the line will be Ashley Parson, a 5'7" junior for the Southwood Lady Knights. And the first one is no good. Yes, they get to the line, but tonight they have not made many from the free throw line.
Yeah, you're right.
Minute 23 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 39-22. Parsons' second one is good this time. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman.
2 of 6 from the line at Southwood.
Malco pushes.
Rochester has made 5 3-pointers in this quarter.
In the paint, high off the glass it goes. Say it again.
They've made 5 3-pointers in this quarter.
And that explains the 18-point lead, and Rochester forces another turnover. Peterson now to give to Stasiak, who gives to Holland, and she pushes. Right side of the floor. Heck in the corner to Malco. Becky a couple of dribbles to the left wing. Feeds down low to Stasiak. Keaton gives to a cutting X. Her layup on the way. Good, and a foul!
Well, that was the first bucket Holland's made that wasn't a 3-pointer, and it's going to end up being a 3-point play.
Holland will go to the line to shoot 1 free throw. Coach Stasiak turns around and says something to Kennedy. She nods,
but doesn't get up.
Parson and also Dawes comes out of the game. Simpson comes in, and I believe White comes in as well for Southwood. 54 seconds to play in the third. X's free throw is good, and it's 44-23.
That's only the 5th free throw. Rochester's only 5th time they've been to the free throw line tonight.
And nice defense by Becky Malco, who forces another Southwood turnover.
17.
And it's going to give it back to Rochester. 44-23 Rochester.
But Rochester's got 13 turnovers, so
yeah.
Most of those coming in the first half.
45 seconds to play third quarter. Malco across the timeline. X high on the right side for the Rochester Lady Zebras. Gets the pick from Stasiak. Works left, now works right, now back to the left of the lane. Now kicks it back outside with 35. Works it inside the 3-point line for the Lady Zebras. Now picks up a dribble, gives high on the right side to Malco with 30. Becky down to the Stasiak. Layup in the lane is good.
Rochester has outscored their entire first half here in the third quarter.
46-23. Elliott on the run for Southwood with 20. Elliott, gets away with another carry. Throws up a tough shot, no good. Becky Malco rips and runs with 15. Malco right side of the floor with 13. Head stops, I should say, now with 10. Middle of the floor with 9. Works to the right wing with 7.
They've outscored the Southwood Lady Knights 24-4 in the third quarter.
Holland with 2, step back 3 with 1, no good, and that'll do it for the third quarter. After 3, Rochester leads 46-23. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Returning to the game for the Lady Knights, number 10, Kennedy Dawes.
Going to the fourth and final quarter here at Rochester High School. The Lady Zebras finally woke up in the third and extended that lead to 23 as they lead right now 46-23.
Yeah, outscored the Lady Knights 24-6 in that third quarter. Holland now with 15 in the ball game. Stasiak with 10. Malco 9 for the Lady Knights. Pearson with 10.
Rochester Kennedy Musselman back in the lineup, and she intercepts the pass.
Lady Knights leading scorer, Brooke Elliott, with just 2 points.
Stasiak all the way down to the block and has her pass taken away by Dawes. Dawes for the Lady Knights. Cross lane pass to Elliott. Elliott down low, throws up a shot over Malco. No good. Becky rips and runs. Malco looks up on the right side of the floor. Now holds up and lets everybody else catch up with her. Now works high on the right side in front of the Rochester bench. Now kind of shuffles her way to the middle of the floor for Rochester. Works the left side against White in the man-to-man defense. Outside to Holland. X, wide open three, in and out, and back in. 49-23.
That's her 5th three-pointer by herself tonight. She had 6 against Valpo.
50 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. The pass is tipped away. Musselman with another steal. Kennedy gives off to Holland. Rochester runs. To Malco, right baseline. To Holland, high on the right side. X with the basketball. Dribbles to the middle of the floor. Works to the left wing. I think they're looking down low to Musselman. It is. Lob pass in low to Kennedy. And the pass not high enough. It's picked off by Southwood. Now to Dawes. Dawes with the basketball. Middle of the floor. Steps back to the volleyball line. Rochester in the man-to-man defense. Wide on the left wing. Back to Dawes. Swings the right side to Peterson. Peterson against Musselman. Dribbles to the free throw line. Outside to Dawes through her hands. She picks it up before going out of bounds. And resets in the left wing. 6:25 to play in the game. Right side pass to Peterson. I'm sorry, as Atwood. Down low to Elliott. Elliott, turnaround jumper in the lane over. Malco goes. And it's 49-25.
Just her second basket of this ball game.
Rochester doing a good job.
Yeah,
and they have done a good job on their leading scorers. Musselman gets the offensive rebound. The putback, no good. Gets it again. Kennedy gets it outside. And now we're going to have
Gonna call a foul on Stasiak, I believe. So Stasiak picks up her first foul, team third.
Kennedy gets smoked on the floor. And because she's the biggest on the floor, usually the other team gets away with that. And she's hit pretty hard. Coach Stasiak about getting ready to get teed up. He's not even paying attention. There it is.
Just get teed
There's
up.
a technical on Coach Stasiak.
He wanted
5:48 to play in the ball game, and I like it. You know, he's defending his player.
Right.
And what that did, that cat, he took himself clean out of the play as he's jawing across court with Coach Stasiak, not even watching what's going on the floor.
Right. He warned him, and then
so the free throw is no good by Heath. Yeah, Heath, and she'll have one more. 5:48 to play in the game. Rochester up 49-25. And Heath will have one more. The left-handed free throw is good this time. 49-26, Southwood basketball on the far side. Now, what that means is Coach Stasiak now has to sit for the rest of the game. So Southwood with the basketball. Heath works left side against the defense. Now to Parsons. Gives to Dawes, top of the key. Dawes looks back door to Heath, can't get it to her. Now to Atwood on the right wing. Takes Musselman to the block. Outside now to Heath. Heath, left side to White. 5:28 to play. Ooh, looks back door to Parsons. Had her, but missed the pass. Now to Dawes, drives it right. Dawes around the defense. Picks her way through the defense. Now to Atwood. Drives the baseline around Musselman. Kicks it out to White. 18-footer. No good. Kennedy, the weak side board. And she gives off to Stasiak. She's smoked again, and Southwood complaining of a no travel call. Stasiak high on the left side for Rochester. 5 minutes to play in the game. They're leading 49-26. Out to Malco. And it looks like Rochester will be content here to take some time off the clock. Malco gets to Musselman. Outside to Holland. Now to Larkin. Left side to Malco. High on the left side. 4:50 to play in the game. Holland quickly back to Malco on the left wing. Malco, couple of dribbles in the middle of the floor to Holland. X works against Dawes. Now holds.
So this will be the 5th team out of 8 games that Rochester's held to under 30 points on the season.
Holland against Dawes, and Dawes respecting that speed as every time X gets ready to move, Dawes backs up about 5 steps. And now around the defense, and the count restarts. X dribbles and holds the ball. We're down to 4:10 to play in the ball game. Rochester at 49-26.
Both teams are just 3 points here in the fourth quarter.
X then is fouled by Dawes. And that's going to be out of bounds for Rochester right in front of the Rochester bench.
That's just the first team foul on Southwood this half.
Back into the game is Elliott, and coming out is White. 4 minutes to play in the game. Rochester up 49-26. Malco gets it into Stasiak. Back to Malco high on the right side. Bounce pass to Holland high on the left side. X against Dawes in the man-to-man defense. Backs it out to the timeline. Sends it to the near side to Malco. Malco around the defense. Jump stop. Bounce pass out to Larkin. Larkin looking down low to Kennedy. And Southwood doing a good job on Kennedy tonight, basically playing in front of her the entire game.
Yeah. Well, and that lob pass down low is not as easy as it might look from time to time. It's a difficult pass. It's a small window to get that in.
You have to be pretty precise.
Yep. And Atkinson, that one, Elliott's going to pick up the foul against Malco. But Atkinson for Southwood, she's a good post player down there to try and lob that over her head at 5'10". She's got some pretty good ability to jump.
3:25 to play in the game, 49-26. Rochester basketball, as they have ran a minute and a half off the clock already. Larkin lobs it in, has her pass taken away and stolen by Parson. Parson then has it taken away by Larkin. Larkin picks her way around the defense to double team out to Stasiak. Stasiak bounce pass to Malco. Malco around the defense, now to Holland near the timeline. Around the defense, and she's fouled again by Dawes.
Oh, picked up her second.
Only the fourth. Yep. 3:10 to play in the basketball game, 49-26. Malco looks to get it in. Becky does so quickly to Holland. X against Dawes.
Well, Lady Zebras a much tougher opponent coming up next Saturday night as they travel to Wabash. Take on the Lady Apaches, who are, we heard, losing to Tippecanoe Valley tonight, but they're a quality ball club.
Holland fouled again by Dawes. And quickly, Dawes, who came into this quarter with 0 fouls, has 3 in the last minute. 2:55 to play in the game. In fact, our next broadcast will be Tuesday night, as the guys will play Winnemac here at Rochester High School. And Heath commits a foul, and that's going to be the 16th foul in Southwood. So if they're looking to get Rochester to the line, they're doing if that's their goal, then it's working perfectly.
Right. Yep, one more time, Rochester will be in the bonus.
Simpson into the game, and coming out as Dawes has 3 fouls. Stasiak will look to get it in. Keaton has it tipped out of bounds by Southwood. It will stay with Rochester on the far side on the sideline. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. 2:49 to play in the game. Rochester up 49-26. And X is hit hard by Simpson, and that's going to send X to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus.
Holland's just 1 for 1 from the free throw line tonight.
What are we as a team? 1 for 1?
3 of 5.
Okay. I can't even remember us shooting.
Yeah, not a lot of trips to the free throw line tonight. Nor has Southwood.
Dawes comes back into the game, and Simpson will come out. Say it again.
Sorry, Southwood's 2 of 6 in the line.
2:47 to play in the basketball game, 49-26. Rochester up. Holland at the line to shoot 1 of the bonus, and the first one goes. Maddie Shively will come back into the game for Rochester, and she'll replace Kennedy. 2:47 to play in the game. Rochester up at 24. X with 1 more. Second one for the seniors, no good. And the rebound is chased down by Stasiak. Over the top of the defense to Shively, who bounce passes to Malco. Becky holds, and Rochester Brad will run some more clock.
This time Southwood is going to apply a lot stiffer defensive pressure on the basketball.
Dawes works against Holland again.
Dawes with 3, so he'll have to be careful.
Holland loses the handle, picks it up on the bounce, dribbles around the defense, picks her way through the traffic, ends up high on the right side, and then we're going to have another foul on Dawes, and X is going to go back to the line to shoot 1 of the bonus.
Holland with 19 points tonight in the basketball game.
Free throw by X is good.
Gets her 20th.
Struggled to get there.
Yeah.
But after the second half, or into the second half, she's
got 13 points here, 14 points in the second half.
She hit the other free throw, and it's 52-26 to 15 to play in the game. Southwood to the basketball going to our left. Heath with it, works against Holland. backs her way in, and Holland is going to be called on the reach-in. So now it's going to be the ticky-tacky stuff that we're going to call instead of getting everybody beat up down here.
Yeah. That's Holland's first, team fifth.
2:10 to play in the game. 52-26. Rochester lead. Heath quickly to Atwood.
Oh, she traveled.
And there's a foul on Stasiak and no call. The reverse layup is blocked by Malco.
Oh, call.
And now Malco's going to be whistled for a foul. That's going to send Elliott to the line to shoot two.
That's Malco's third.
2:02 to play in the game. Rochester at 52-26.
Elliott 0 for 2 from the free throw line, so she's even struggled from the line.
Brooke Elliott, the 5'8 junior, hits her first one. She'll have one more. Dawes will come out of the game. Gets four.
Yes.
And Simpson back in for Southwood. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to play in the game. One more coming for Elliott. The junior fires a second one. It is good. And it's 52-28. Now Southwood will be in a full-court press. Holland to Larkin. Larkin middle of the floor. And Southwood just runs away from her. Larkin is going to be called, fouled, I should say, on the reach-in by Elliott. And that's going to send Allie to the line to shoot one in the bonus.
Elliott picks up her third. Did you hear me say that Rochester's held 4 opponents to under 30 points this season? If they could finish and not allow Southwood to score anymore,
now,
this would be the 5th opponent.
That's special. Larkin's free throw is good. One thing that Coach Stasiak was pretty proud of in the pregame interview,
right?
Not that we're ranked number 1, but we're ranked number 6 in the state in defense.
Right, yeah, well, 2 of those 4 opponents we've held under 20.
Yeah, second one is short. And the rebound to Stasiak. Keaton comes out of there, and she loses the handle. Ball loose from the floor, picked up by Elliott. Elliott right side of the floor, cross lane past the Parson. Her layup is good. And now Southwood will use a timeout. Minute 45 to play in the game. Rochester by 23. It'll be a 60. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. .145 to play in the basketball game. Rochester leading 53-30. And after the Southwood timeout, they'll have the basketball going to our right. On the floor for Rochester, Larkin, Malco, Holland, Stasiak, and Shively. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Rochester, and actually both teams now, will shoot free throws from here on out. Larkin lobs it into Holland. She is mauled by Parson, and X will shoot two.
Well, it was really a bad pass from Larkin. X had to go through the defense to get it. There really wasn't anything that Parson could even do. I mean, she was in fair, defensive position. And
so X has the line to shoot two. She has 20 tonight. First one. Good.
That's actually her 22nd point.
I said 20-ish.
Yeah.
Dawes back in for Southwood. One more coming for Alexa Holland. Second one is good again. She rattles it home. Big night for X, leading the Lady Zebras to a win and broke 1,000 points.
Yeah, just the 6th Lady Zebra to do that.
Picks her way through traffic. Bounce pass to the left wing to Heath. 90 seconds to play. Parson works in the paint. Jumper on the way from the free throw line. Short. Offensive rebound by Heath. The putback is good. 55-32. X gets the inbounds pass in for Larkin. Fakes the handoff and runs it up the floor. Holland through the center circle against Heath. Crossover dribble, works to the right wing. And now Coach Stasiak will clear his bench, I should say. And Heath picks up a foul. That's going to send X to the line to shoot 2 free throws with 1:10 to play in the game, with Rochester up by 23. Free throw after this first free throw. Both teams will make line changes. First one for X is good. Emma Dahlquist, Courtney Gass comes in, and Stasiak and Becky Malco comes out. And Megan Nile will come in if X hits his free throw.
She's got 24 points right now. She had 6 at halftime.
Nice night.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 at halftime. X is one more. Senior's second one, nope. Dahlquist's putback is no good, but the rebound to Southwood. Wow. I've missed that quickness off the block. Southwood dribbles all the way to the baseline, cut off by Larkin. Now Simpson has it. Southwood under 55 to play in the game. Works against Gass now. Basketball goes to the left wing for Southwood. Top of the key for the Knights with 47 seconds. Works against Courtney Gass. Down low to Simpson. She's fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Alexa Holland will come out of the game with 24 points and several for her career. So she'll come out after the first free throw.
1,014 for her career, 24 tonight.
Free throw is good for Simpson. And Nile comes in, and Alexa Holland comes out. 42 seconds to play in the game. Rochester going to mark their mark to 8-0. It won't be pretty, but it's 8-0, and as Coach Stasiak says, they're 1-0 for today. Second one is good, 56-34. Larkin jogs it up the floor, crosses the timeline with 38. Man-to-man defense. Larkin runs away from the defense. Now back to the volleyball line. Now works right wing. Crossover dribble, now middle of the floor, and works it out to the center circle. Runs around Simpson. Dribbles inside the three-point line, now back around, just stands outside dribbling. No pressure, no count being put on her. And now Simpson picks up a foul. That's going to send Larkin to the line to shoot 2. Well, I'm not sure how Allie Larkin dribbles that long with the defender in her jersey and not a 5-second count. But,
I wasn't really sure where the foul came in at either. It looked to me like Larkin just lost her footing. But
these Cats have not been good tonight. Free throw for Larkin is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. She'll have one more. 14 seconds to play in the game. Rochester up 57-34. Second one for Larkin is no good, but there's Dahlquist again fighting for the rebound. Southwood comes out of there with it with 10, with 9, with 8. Southwood on the right wing with 5, with 4. Southwood has the basketball on the right wing and loses it out of bounds with .9, and Rochester will get it back. The final tonight here from Rochester High School, the Lady Zebras are going to hold on to beat the Southwood Lady Knights 57-34. Post-game show coming up next, 92.1 WROI.